it looks like we're back. For those of you who are watching, it is 12:58 local time here in Vancouver. Game is scheduled to start at 1, but the game before us just finished. You can see those teams shaking hands and about to get off the ice. So it might be another 15 minutes or so before we actually start our game. Firebirds versus the North Shore Winterhawks. So hang tight. I'm going to keep this live stream going so people can trickle in. But it looks like we got about, I guess it'd probably be closer to a 1:15 start. 1:15 local time here in Vancouver. Bother me, just know they might hear it, so.
Oh, you better put it on mute. It's cooler down here too.
Is it?
Yeah.
It feels warm in here. I mean, I guess compared to out there.
Totally warm up there.
Yeah. Slightly lower elevation here.
Our neighbors are watching the live stream. They watched the last game.
Sweet. I'm just glad it worked. I was really stressed out about YouTube.
I was like, I'm not sure it's going to work. And they were like, no, we're watching it. It's great.
Yeah. I had to go to Reddit and I was like, what can I do? So they gave me like this backdoor way to get onto YouTube, even though we still are waiting for the live stream permission through YouTube, but this works, so yeah.
What number is your kiddo?
She's the giant goalie. 31.
The giant Kobe.
Yeah, she's starting today. So she didn't play the first game, but she'll be starting today.
Oh, you got some FaceTime? Lovely, lovely, lovely.
Good stuff. You do. Of like there's of Josie, are you missing hockey this weekend? Then?
Yeah.
You are? Any games or just practices?
No, I'm not on.
Well, you're not on our team anymore. Right.
No. Miss out to a lot. But are you excited about this coming week? Yes. Now, pick the team leads. How many? How many are 8 others? And are they compared at their level or
So again, if you're just tuning in, the game is going to be starting a little bit late. It's 1:05 here local time now in Vancouver. And the other game before us started a little bit late, so I'm guessing we'll probably be more like a 1:15-ish start time, 1:10. They're getting the ice stamped pretty quickly, so. But we still got a little bit of time, so if you're just tuning in, you are not late. This is not the end of our game. This is just running a little bit late. like both teams are out of the locker rooms. They're not on the ice yet. They just finished salmon from the game before.
Yeah, probably. It's probably just slow. Are you ready to go to the store?
And just like our earlier game, we are waiting for the refs. Got the Firebirds lined up in the corner down here, just waiting to get on the ice. They will be the visitors this afternoon again, I believe. Okay, so it looks like the second rep just showed up. It's getting ready to get on the ice so soon. And here they go. Firebirds wearing green today. Well, this afternoon.
It was 13 last year.
Yeah.
We got the Firebirds in green getting ready for their starting cheer.
Maybe the running back schedule.
I think.
15 minutes
Okay, maybe they gave them more time. I'm not sure what's going on. Also noticed they have 12 minutes on the clock, which last game we had 13-minute periods, so I guess we're having 12-minute periods today. I wonder if they adjusted it because they're running late, because our first game started late. This game is starting late again, so maybe they're adjusting the time for the periods, I'm not sure. Okay, so here we go, starting off with the Firebirds. Their pregame cheer. Great way to zoom this. Okay.
I was just gonna tap with my wrist.
So starting lineup, it looks like we have Rory Nell on defense. I think that's Nadia starting at center. Kinsey right wing. And left wing is Harper Wigren. Gotta remember there's two Harpers. We got Lottie and Net. And Firebirds control of the initial draw, thrown into the Winterhawk zone. And being chased, Winterhawks are the first one there. Firebirds kind of let off the gas a little bit in the end. Let's see if I can zoom a little bit. Now Winterhawks bringing it back into Firebird zone. Right behind the net, picked up now by Nell.
Jody, so this is their focus. This team.
And taken out of the zone, thrown back down the ice. They're waving off icing. Winterhawks pick it up, throw it up the boards. And there's some battling there along the blue line, hard to see. Okay, back into the Winterhawk zone. Oh, I think it was just offsides. So we got it clear. Now the Firebirds taking it back in, thrown towards the net, but it's pretty easy save made there, it looked like. Now the Winterhawks trying to bring it the other way. Cut off a neutral ice, picked up by the Firebirds, take it back in. I'm gonna try to zoom a little bit. We're gonna be down there. I wanna have a little bit more zoom. Okay. So now coming through neutral zone, picked off by the Firebirds again. Firebirds control, I think is that Woody taking it in? Throw it towards and oh, Firebirds players there, not quite able to get a stick on it. Looks like they may have gotten a shot off, but it didn't do much. Now thrown out here to the defense, throws it back in. Had a Firebird player there on the back door, not quite able to get a stick on it. And I think their goalie covered up whatever the scramble was there in front of the net. So still 0-0, 9:38 left to play in the first period. A great zoom function on this, so I'm just trying my best here. The setup in these rinks isn't great. You're forced to video from the corner. Okay, but Firebirds control. Shot. Pick it up in the corner. And Winterhawks have it over along the far boards. like Firebirds may have picked it off, not quite able to get a shot off though, not picked up by the Winterhawks, who are bringing it back down. We are in the Firebird zone. Firebirds D taking it in front of the net, which always scares me a little bit, but we're still in the Firebird zone here. Into the corner. Now behind the net, trying to throw it in front of the net. But didn't get anything. Now picked up by the Firebirds player. Just got wheeled. Skating it back down into the zone. She's got some people in front of the net to help her out. Didn't look like they were able to get a shot off there. Now the Winterhawks bringing it back down the ice into the Firebird zone. Throwing behind the net. The Firebirds first wants to get there to that. Try to throw it in the net, but Firebirds maintaining their defense well here in their own zone. Still not quite able to get out of the zone, and now knocked out. The Winterhawks picked it up, threw it in. Nell has it. Oh, looking to make the pass. She whiffed on that a little bit, but was able to get it out of the zone. Okay, now she'll get another try. Out to, I believe that's Nadia, has it on the far boards for the Firebirds. She's got two players pressuring her from the Winterhawks. Still able to keep it out of the zone. And Firebirds taking it in. I think that's Harper with a shot. Looks like the goalie was able to push that one out. Winterhawks come back the other way. They got like a 3-on-1 here, so I hope Lottie's ready. Shot, save, big rebound. Oof, that was a little bit scary. Yeah, so not great defense there, but we were ultimately able to get out of the zone. And now we're back into the Winterhawk zone. Shot. Ooh, big save by their goalie. Keep the score 0-0. 6:58 left to play in the first period. Okay, we're at the far end now again, which is currently the Winterhawks zone. Trying to throw it in on net. Looks like it went behind. Up the boards, we have Firebirds player there, able to keep it in. And back behind the Winterhawks net again. Ooh, tried to throw it towards the net, it went behind. Winterhawks player trying to decide what to do with it, throws it up the boards. It did go out, and they're calling off icing, so I hope our players know that they need to get to it. It's just a little bit of a race. Winterhawks player beat him to it, but now picked up by the North Star. Nope. Sorry, sometimes I get too busy watching the game. Lottie did make the save. I think it was a little bit wide, but maybe she pushed it out a little bit. Now we have Firebirds taking it in. She's got wheels. Can she get a shot off? Not quite. Looks like it went behind the net. And the Hawks player, nope, picked up by the Firebirds. Firebirds player taking it behind the net, trying to throw it in on net. Two players there, not quite able to get a stick on it, but they were in good position. And now got the Hawks trying to get out of the zone, but they were met by, I think that's Woody down there who picked it off. And she's going to try to throw it on net. She got her first goal in the last game. I learned that after the game. It was Woody that scored our first goal in game 1.
There you go.
So some pressure. This team seems a little bit more aggressive than the team we played this morning, but Firebirds are still holding their own. That's Halston that has it, taking it into the zone, but knocked back out into neutral ice. There's a race down in Hawks territory. Looks like the Hawks were the first one to get to it. Just bouncing around behind the net a little bit right now. Trying to bring it up against the far boards. They were able to get it out, and it was touched by a Firebirds player. Oh, yeah, they were definitely outside there. Ref caught it, so we'll have a face-off here just outside the Firebird zone. 4:16 to play in the first. It is still a scoreless game. Firebirds control. I think that was Halston that had it. It got thrown into the corner. Trying to throw it on net. There was a Firebirds player there, but not quite able to make it through traffic. Still some fighting for it, but it looks like the Winterhawks have come away with it, or bringing it up the near boards now. Try to throw it on, but way wider than that. No. Skating for it. Okay, still in our zone, but now taken out. See, that's Autumn. Oh, she had a player there ready, but not quite able to get it in the net. Looks like their goalie must have made a good save down there. 3:32 to play in the first. Thrown back down the ice. I'm not sure if they're going to call that for icing or not. Nope, they waved it off. So Nell gets to it. She has some players coming on, but able to throw it up the boards to one of her players. So now back out into neutral ice, but picked up by the Winterhawks player who threw it in offsides. Thankfully, the refs saw it, made the call. So we're going to have another face-off just outside the Firebird zone. Okay, we're going to need some pressure. They got 2-on-1, but Rory there to keep it out. Nice play by her. Now Kinsey's got it. Skating around the player off the boards. And into the zone. I think it's still in the zone. Ref is still calling it clear. But now out into the neutral zone. Firebirds player trying to throw it back in. And we're just kind of bouncing around the blue line right now. Hawks trying to get it out, but met at the blue line by the Firebirds player. Throws it back in. And still in. I think that's Halston threw it on net. They're bringing it in. Looks like a 3-on-1. She's going to shoot. Knocked wide by Lottie into the corner. Picked up by the Firebirds player. Of the zone, but thrown back into the zone. And is Lottie going to make? Yeah, Lottie decided to just cover it, hold, threw it to her player so they can keep playing. Not sure if she did that on her choice or if the ref told her to keep playing. Rory throwing it out to her player. Now we're going to go back around the net. Sarah skating it out. It around the player, but met by some other Hawks players. So again, just some battling along the blue line, trying to get it back into the Winterhawk zone. And now thrown back into the Firebird zone. Little D-to-D pass. Tried to throw it up the middle, but Winterhawks player was there. Now we have Sarah. Shot. Oh, knocked wide by Lottie. That went behind the net, picked up by Cole on the far boards. And she's fighting for it. Thrown across the ice. No one was there for the Winterhawks, so Firebirds get it, throw it out. Oh, that was good. Nice pass to center ice. But the Winterhawks player stepped up quickly to meet her. Isla getting it out of the zone. One of the other Firebirds player who is now skating it up the ice. Thrown back in. Shot. Where'd it go? Lottie doesn't know where it is, but she's going to hold on to it and not move. And that is the end of the first period. So far, a much tighter game than our first game. 0-0 score. At the end of the last game, I think we were up 4-0 at the end of the first period. And they do have 12 minutes on the clock again for the second period. So I guess instead of the 13-minute periods that we were playing in the first game, we're playing 12-minute periods here. We're at a different arena than we were. So the earlier games were in the Scotia Barn, which I think is in Burnaby. Now we're at Canlan North Shore, which is in North Vancouver. This is actually technically the home rink of the North Shore Winterhawks, which is who we're playing against right now. We'll be switching sides. So hopefully we'll get to see Firebirds scoring some goals in this net. They have a pretty good sized goalie too. I don't know if she's quite as tall as Lottie is, but she's a good sized goalie as well. So size wise, at least the goalies seem pretty well matched. And now we are getting ready to head into the second period. Again, 12-minute periods that we're playing here this afternoon. Firebirds actually the first one to get to it. Tried to do a little wrapper. I'm not quite able to get it in, but it is loose. Firebirds battling for it, but not able to get a stick on it. Now try to throw it out. Kept in by the Firebirds. Still in. And now thrown out down the ice. No icing. Lottie threw it into the corner for her teammate to get it. Now thrown out into center ice. It is out of the zone, thank goodness. And now skating. I think that's Autumn. Still trying to figure out how people skate so I can recognize them by their skating. Makes it easier because I can't always see their names and numbers on their jerseys, but yeah, that was Autumn who brought it in. So we're gonna have a face-off now just to the right of the Hawks goalie here. Thrown in. Oh, Kenzie was there. I don't think she was quite ready for it. Firebirds keeping it in. Oh, that was close. That one went just wide. We got two players in front of the net, though. And into the net. We had a nice view of that right here. And that was Nadia notching the first one for the Firebirds in this game. So that's Nadia's second goal of the tournament. She had one this morning as well. I called it Nadia. I think that's who it was. Okay. So with 10:47 left to play in the second period, Firebirds get their first goal from Nadia. It is now 1-0 in favor of your Alaska Firebirds. Firebirds are controlling it in their zone, skating it up the far boards, now trying to get it out, but being met by some resistance from the Winterhawks, who now get a hold of it, take it into Lottie, who decides to cover it and hold. Both teams going to change out some players now, but we will have a face-off just to Lottie's left, so the right looking down the ice from where we're at. I don't even know where the puck is now. Oh, okay, there it is. Still in the zone. Firebirds able to get it out. May as well throw it on net. We had a player there. Oh! Man, Harper Phillips right there for it. Goalie able to get a glove on it right before she was able to knock it in. It was right there on the doorstep, so that was a good opportunity. It's good to see Firebirds getting some more pressure, so hopefully we can get a few more goals in the net. We have a good view of it from here. That one went a little bit wide, but we did get a shot off. Ooh, trying to stuff it in. Looked like maybe a little wrap around there. Trying. Thrown in on net again and knocked wide by the goalie. But Firebirds bringing some good pressure again. We got a player there in front of the net. She's ready for it. We got two of them in front of the net. They're ready for it. Oh! We're right across the crease. Not quite able to get a stick on it, but again, Firebirds still control it in the off zone. Oh, going back to our D. Oh, not quite able to get enough mustard on it to get that one through, but again, Firebirds still controlling. They're still battling here in front of the Hawks net. Love to see it. Okay, it's in the corner right below me, and I'm not quite able to get that view. Okay, still in. Firebirds player there, controls it, trying to get. Oh, still loose. Okay, now. Oh, okay. They blew the whistle, so that's over. But again, getting some really good pressure from Firebirds right now. So, and they want some more goals. So we'll have a face-off right here. Again, in the Hawks zone. Just to the left of the Hawks player, looks like we have Autumn there taking the draw. She sent in to her left wing. That shot went behind the net, it looked like. Thrown down the ice, they're waving off icing. So it's a foot race down there, and it looks like it will be Firebirds player who gets there first, skates it behind the net, throws it up the boards. Still battling to get it out down there. But kept in shot. Maybe, it's hard to tell. May have been a shot that went wide, or it might have just gone wide. But we're now back in neutral ice. Firebirds throw it back into the Hawk zone. It's gonna go around behind the net. Oh! Okay, Autumn able to keep it in. Thrown into Woody, not quite able to control it, but she is still battling because that is how Woody plays. She is a scrapper, and I love it. Okay, we got to clear the zone, then thrown back in. Again, back in the corner here, down in front of me. It's being kept in by the Firebirds D. Again, another attempt to throw it out, but kept in right there along the blue line by some excellent defense by the Firebirds. Now the Hawks throw it out, but again, met by the Firebirds D, not able to get it out through neutral zone. Thrown down the ice, looks like that'll be icing, but they might, nope. The ref on the far side waved it off, so. Firebirds got it out of the zone, but are now held up at neutral ice. And thrown back into their zone, behind the net. Firebirds are the first one to get to it again. Goalie down, I'm not sure what happened there, but she needs to get up. Okay, Firebirds skating it behind the net. Trying to bring it out here this side. But again, just not quite able to get out of the zone. Lottie using her stick to clear it into the corner. Oof. I had some players open for the Winterhawks in front of the net, but not able to get a stick on it, thank goodness. Oh, we got Firebirds player coming in with some heat. Okay, we're down here in the corner again. Kept in by the Firebirds. And now behind the Hawks goal. Not quite able to get the angle down here. There it is. Still kept in. And we got a player there in front of the net. She's ready to just knock it. Oh, sorry, I was too busy watching and not filming. We had Harper Wigger in there in front of the net. Ready for that pass. She got it, but not able to get a shot off. And now we're throwing it on net again. Again, she was exactly where she needed to be, just not quite able to get it. I think that took a bounce off the goalie and went a little bit wide of where the Firebirds players were standing. Whew. Okay. Second shot covered up by Lottie. So score 1-0. Currently 4 minutes and 56 seconds left to play in the second period. We're gonna have a face-off down in the Firebird zone. That's thrown behind the net and it's going to Firebirds. Whew. Shot. I think Lottie got a piece of that to knock it wide. Now it's the Firebirds that are having some difficulty getting it out, but they finally did. Going down here, it looks like they're going to call icing now, so puck did make it down the ice, but they called icing, so we're going to go back down here, but looks like we're going to take the opportunity to change out a few players for the Firebirds. Firebirds control, trying to skate it out. Not able to do so. Another Firebirds player picks it up, skating it behind the net, trying to take it down the other side. I don't know what's going on, but it stayed out. I think they got some shots on there. Charlotte saw a little bit of action. Definitely seeing some more action by Firebirds goalie than there was this morning. I think Tess might have been a little bit bored in this morning's game, but I don't think the same can be said for Charlotte. This team a little bit tougher. That was thrown towards the net, but clear. Lottie's lost her stick, so I don't know if her players know that. They need to get this out of the zone. Okay. Firebirds now able to get it out. Our goalie has her stick back.
There we go.
Firebirds player bringing it in.
Oh.
And knocked out of the zone into neutral ice, but thrown back in. We were a little bit offsides, but able to tag up. Was cold, so now we are cool to pressure. I don't know if they know that. Oh, I think they decided to change out some players. Not a great time to change. Turned over to the Winterhawks, who are now taking it down the ice. Their player lost control of it a little bit down there, so turned over to the Firebirds, who are now battling to get it out. Firebirds won the race to that one, but rubbed off the puck a little bit by one of their players. Oh, their player fell down. That's always a good thing for us. Shot behind the net. I don't have anyone in front of the net for the Firebirds right now. Okay. Looks like Halston's there in the high slot area, but knocked out of our zone, or out of the Hawk zone, back down into Firebird zone. Up by the Firebirds, we threw it down the ice. I think they might, oh, they're calling no ice, so it is here in the corner. Oh man, we had plenty of players there, but no one quite able to get a stick on it. A little bit scary because we're short on D now, and we've got a couple players going the other way. Lottie should just fall on it. Okay, which she did. That was a little bit scary because they had two and an advantage. Trickled down the ice just quickly enough to reach Lottie, to cover it up before the Hawks player was able to get there. So 1:47 left to play in the second. It is still 1-0 for the Firebirds. Oh, she bobbled along going up, lost it, now picked up by the Firebirds player. Shot saved by their goal. Oh! The rebound went out, and I think that's Harper Wigren with the Firebirds' second goal. And that is also her second goal for the tournament. She got one in our game this morning, and we are now 2-0 in favor of the Firebirds with 1:32 left to play in the second period. I like this view, though. Being able to see those goals go in is pretty sweet. Unfortunately, this is the only game that we're at this rink. We're at the other rink for the rest of our games. So enjoy this view while you can for the next minute 28. Then we go back down, shooting at the other end. So neutral ice. Again, just some back and forth now between the two teams. Picked up now by the Firebirds player skating it in. She does have help. Kinsey's there. Kinsey throwing it on net, went a little bit high, but the Firebirds still pressuring. Harper's got it, trying to throw it towards the net again. And now we got the Hawks skating it back down the ice. Shot. Went wide. Okay, 40 seconds left to play. It's back into the Firebird zone. Firebird the first one to it. Trying to get out of the zone, but not quite able to. Just some battling along the boards here between the two teams. Can't really see exactly what's going on because it's kind of a scrum down there, but Firebirds player comes out with it, throws it across the ice to... not sure who that is. But she's bringing it in with some speed. Is she going to be able to get a shot on? Ah! And she did! She did that on her own. She didn't even need any help. And that was number 77, Harper Phillips. That is her first goal of the tournament. And that brings us up to a score of 3-0 in favor of the Firebirds with 12 seconds left to play in the second period. Thrown into the corner, and that should be where we end this period. So 3 goals from the Firebirds that period. It was, let me see if I remember, Nadia with the first goal, Harper Wigren with the second goal. I think it was Harper Phillips there with the third goal. So now, looks like they have 15 minutes on the clock for the third period. So I have no idea how long a period is supposed to be in these tournaments. All of our periods this morning were 13 minutes each. Our first 2 periods in this game were 12 minutes each, and now the third period, it looks like, is going to be a 15-minute period. I don't know. I don't know why.
Great quarter, lots of points. That's why he's like, why you come back up here? You gotta sit down.
Okay, So Cole starting at center. I see Rory and I think maybe, I'm not sure who that is back in the other defense. Taylor. Firebirds control initially. I think they're feeling pretty good now that they're up by 3. They want more goals. So keeping it in the zone again, throw it in towards the net. There was a player there, wasn't quite able to get the stick on it. It went a little bit wide. Now thrown behind the net at the far end, but again, it's the Firebirds that are the first ones to it. Kept in the zone again by the Firebirds, and there is a player there on the far side, not quite able to get it. Oh, there's a couple of them there. Oh, shot thrown in. Saved by their goalie. They probably had a few shots there in that flurry. It's hard to tell, but now the Firebirds the Winterhawks are bringing it the other way. Cross ice pass. They have one wide open there, and another one.
Oh yeah.
Charlotte got the first two, but not able to get the last one. So she's going to be really bummed about losing her shutout there. But I don't know if there's much she could do. They had a couple players wide open there on the back door, so I don't think the Firebirds will make that mistake again. Get those rebounds cleared out. So it is now 3-1, 13:57 left to play in the third. Okay, thrown back into the Hawk zone. Race to get to the puck in the corner. I think the Hawks player got it first, threw it back out around to the other side of the ice. Firebirds there. Throw it in. Oh! It's like save was made on the first one. Not quite able to get a stick on it before they cleared out that rebound there. But some nice pressure from the Firebirds right now. They want these goals. They're throwing it on net. And it's now out of the zone, back to neutral ice, thrown back in, and now the girls touched up and are back on side. They can go back in and pressure the Hawks, which they do. Still in, we're keeping it in the zone. Now it bounces just out into neutral zone, but Hawks player controls, trying to bring it around the ice, but picked off by the Firebirds player who throws it in. Nobody there at this point though, so into the corner. The other side picked up by the Hawks player who tries again to get it out. And they do. Shot thrown in. Would have been wide, but Lottie decided to just cover that and hold on to that one. So I guess the refs blew a whistle. We're going to have a face-off here just to Lottie's left. So 3-1 right now in favor of the Firebirds. 12-12 left to play in the third period. Ooh. I think the Hawks won the draw, but it went out and was picked off by the Firebirds player, and now throws it up. Able to get it out. And now that's Kinsey there battling along the board there. Ooh, our defense tried to throw it out, but not able to get it. Now we have it behind the board, skating it around. Is Taylor. Just threw it up to Harper Whitburn, who's not quite able to get it out. Shot thrown in, went wide and behind the net. And the Firebirds at the first one there, picked up by, I believe that was Nadia. Again, we're just not quite able to get it out, so it's thrown now back into the corner. Firebirds win the race to it again. And Taylor has it and decides to just skate it. She's going over to the far boards, taking it in. She's got some support. But I think we were a little bit offsides. So face off, just outside the Hawk zone. Both teams take the opportunity to switch some players out. has it, was able to take it out, but was met by some Hawks players there in the neutral zone who now control, trying to get it back in. Sarah battling for it, throwing in front of the net. Oof. They lost sight of the goal a little bit, or the puck a little bit, because they were right in front of the net with it. But I don't think the Hawks players knew where the puck was. So now we're bringing it into the corner here, right in front of me, basically. Hey, Phillips trying to get it out now. We've got Rory decided to do past her other D partner where it's more open ice. So Sarah now taking it out and up the far boards. Throws it on net. Saved by the Hawks goalie. So we'll have a face-off down there in the Hawk zone. 10-12 left to play in the third. Ooh, thrown into the middle. The Hawks player wasn't quite ready for it, not able to get a stick on it and go throw it in, but we are still down in the Hawk zone, getting some pressure. D-to-D pass. Throwing towards the net. Saved by their goalie. There's some scrambling. I don't know where the puck is. Okay, it's there in the corner. And still in, skating it around is, I think that's, actually I don't know who that is. Autumn maybe? Oh, it's open in front of the net, but we didn't have a Firebirds player there ready for it. So now we're going back the other way. But Firebirds pressuring, throwing it out, but kept in by the Hawks player. Now thrown into the corner here in front of me. We have Taylor taking it in. She's got some support. They need to get to the net. Taylor throws it in, and I think their goalie must have got a hold of it. 9:13 left to play in the third. Still 3-1 in favor of the Alaska Firebirds. Face off, sent back to the Firebirds D. Throws it in. We had a player there that went a little bit wide. Again, throwing it towards the net. We're getting some shots. Oh, that one. It's like that one hit the goalie right in her chest protector, able to make that save. And we'll have another face-off down here in the Hawk zone. 8:56 left to play in the third. Firebirds D trying to throw it in, hit some traffic. Ooh. That might have been a shot. Again, it's hard to see from down here. Oh, and a player right there. Oh, I think there's Kinsey right there in the back door. Perfect position for it. She may have gotten a shot off, but not able to get it in the net. Now, we have another shot in. We had a player there again, but covered up by their goalie. So another face-off, thankfully way down in the Hawk zone. 8:24 left to play in the third. Hawks trying to get it out, and they do, throwing it down the ice. They've already waved off icing, so it's a race. And Firebirds get to it, taking it around. Is Taylor, and now out to Nadia, who will skate it up the ice. Kinsey trying to crash the net. She's ready, she's calling for it. Nadia throwing it in, not quite able to get through. Again, throwing it in. We have a couple Firebirds players there ready for it, but not quite able to connect. So now the Hawks trying to bring it out through center ice. They lost control of it. Firebirds now trying to throw it in on net. Picked off by the Hawks, throw it down the ice. And it's going to be coming back here in the corner, no icing. It's Sarah picking it up, throwing it up the ice. And now Kinsey getting it out. Back into neutral ice offside, so the other team needs to tag off. And threw it into, not sure who that is, Cole? Not sure. A Firebirds player, so we're back into the Hawk zone now. 7:10 left to play in the third. Uh-oh, now we're coming back the other way. And they chose to just throw it in. And it's down here in the corner in front of me. Uh-oh. Firebirds D tapped it back to their goalie, so Lottie just jumped on it and covered it. We're going to have a face-off down here. I believe just to the left of Firebirds net. 6:49 now left to play in the third. Control the draw. Rory has it, tries to throw it out. Gets to their D, who throws it on net, goes wide. Bounces out the other side, and we have Firebirds player now picking it up. Molly throwing it out. Up to Cole, who now has it and is skating it. She's got support. She's got someone crashing in on the other side. Oh, not quite able to connect to it. Got the rebound and into the net. I have to figure out who that was, but another goal for the Firebirds. So we are now up 4-1. Let's see when she comes down the line here. So that was, I think, the second one for Harper Phillips. Her second one of this game. She might be gunning for a hat trick now. Cole had 2 in the first game, not able to get the hat trick, but now we have Harper Phillips, I believe, with 2 goals. 6:30 left to play in the third. 4-1 Firebirds. Shot. Ooh, Lottie able to knock that one wide. Isla throws it up the boards. Cole gets a hold of it, throws it out. And now it's a race, but we don't have any defense down there on the other side, so shot. Oh, save. Throwing it in again. Had a couple of opportunities there. Their goalie either made the save or it went wide. Again, it's hard to tell from down here, but didn't get one in the net. So keeping it in the zone down there, though. And we had a player wide open there on the far side. Now throws it in on net, and their goalie is going to cover it up. So both teams going to switch out some players now. 5:35 left to play in the third. 4-1 score for the Firebirds. And I'm just going to throw it out there for anybody watching. If you want to support the Firebirds, we are still open to sponsors. We are playing this weekend in Burnaby, but we have a second tournament coming up in July in Las Vegas in the Rose Series. It's actually a pretty prestigious event, so if anyone wants to look up that. But if you are interested in sponsoring the team, you can reach out to Whitney Wigren either through our Facebook page or, you know, through your favorite Firebirds player. Firebirds now controlling and taking it back into the Hawk zone. 5 minutes left to play in the third. Shot, oof, one in front of the net, but not quite able to connect with the other Firebirds players. Now thrown across the ice, the Hawks player. Throws it off the boards. And picked up by the Firebirds, who throws it up. Am I getting these names right? I'm starting to get confused. Firebirds now bringing it up the left side boards. Still in the zone. Yeah, I think they were able to keep it in. It's bouncing around right near the blue line, but I think they kept it in. But now it's back out and being thrown up the ice by the Hawks player. And into the corner. Nell was the first one to it. Threw it up the boards to Woody. Was able to make sure that puck goes out of the zone. Firebirds skating it out of the zone, met with a little bit of resistance, and now it's wide open right there. They got a player open. Oh, they hit it kind of to Lottie's side. She was able to save it and knock it back out here into the corner. Halston with the pass up to, I believe that was Woody, who was able to knock it out of the zone. Now controlled again by the Firebirds, taking it in. Shot, I believe, knocked wide by their goalie. And now we're over on the far boards. Hawks control it, bringing it in. Now they're into the Firebird zone. Not able to get a shot off. Thanks to some awesome defense by Rory. Thrown in front of the net, but again knocked out by Rory. And we're down here in the corner. The Hawks player has tried to throw it on net, but again, Rory says no shot. Whew. Nadia to make a save there, but able to keep it out. Again, thrown on net. Went a little bit wide. Charlotte not able to get her glove on it. And the Hawks player controls again, but now bounced out to Kinsey, who's going to take it out of the zone and skate it up. She's got wheels. She's skating around people. So she takes it in. I think that's Nadia that has it now on the far boards, trying to throw it in. Oh, and we had a player there. Oh, great opportunity, great positioning, but not able to knock it in. 2:37 left to play. Oh, and they blew a whistle. So 2:36 left to play at the whistle. Still 4-1 in favor of the Firebirds. Okay, knocked into neutral ice, D to D pass. To keep the Firebirds in control. They wait for their players to clear and then throw it back in. But we're back out now to neutral ice, so there's a race to the puck won by the Firebirds player, keeps it out of their zone. Kinsey gets a hold of it. She's being pretty feisty. I think she really wants a goal. She's got about 2 minutes left in this game to do it. Okay, Nadia now going. Throws it on net. And that bounced out of the zone. Now we have the Hawks player going the other way, but Firebirds D able to knock it loose. Threw it back into the Hawks zone. Now, picked off at center ice. I think, is that Kinsey again? And again, not much to say because it's just back and forth now. But into the Hawks zone, being carried by, not sure who that is. But we do have some Firebirds players in front of the net. They're ready for it, or we did. Okay, kept in at the blue line. Oh, now it's out. So now we have to clear. I'm not sure our player knows that. They're yelling that we're off. So now we're going to clear. Just under a minute left to play in the game. And now we're clear. The Hawks finally control it and bring it out into neutral ice, but Firebirds throw it right back in. Oof. Ooh, it's in front of the net. Not quite able to get a shot off there. So Hawks bringing it back in. They throwing it into the corner. Try to throw it on net. Lottie's there. 20 seconds left. If they want another goal for the Firebirds, they're going to have to do it soon. So out in neutral ice, making sure they're staying on side. I think that's Nadia has it. Now passed off to another Firebirds player who takes it, throws it in, went behind the net. Firebirds player there to meet it on the other side, throw it in. I think it went off the side of the net. And that'll do it. This one finishes with a 4-1 win for the Firebirds against the North Shore Winterhawks. I told you guys in all of our exhibition games, these girls are good. So again, reach out to us if you want to sponsor. We have another tournament coming up in Vegas in July. We would love to have as much support as we can get. Just being here watching our live stream is appreciated. We've had a lot of problems trying to get approved by YouTube, so glad to be able to send you the live stream. Our next game is 8:15 Pacific time tomorrow, so that's 7:15 Alaska time. So thank you to everybody watching from Alaska. If you want to watch tomorrow morning, it'll be another early morning, 7:15 Alaska time for our first game. Hope to see you all there.